Hello and welcome to Crypt of the Necrodancer. This is my daily run. So today we have ourselves a really long run. I actually made it pretty far, spoiler alert. And let's talk about what happened in the journey, what I learned, the mistakes I made, and the wonderful objects that helped me get this far. So here, I didn't want to sacrifice my coin multiplier to hit this guy. So I kind of just walked him around the park and then just buffered and then killed him. So here, what I really wanted was that 100 gold shovel because I really need shovels. Shovels allow me to kind of find those hidden shops that require that are like hidden in these stone things. So I really like always having a shovel. Usually my range or like my priority when it comes to what I want in the shop is, 1, is it a weapon that is better than the dagger that won't kill me? 2, is it a health item? Actually, no. Is it a health item? Is it a weapon that is better than my dagger? Is it... what is the word? Is it food? Especially if I'm at full health, is it food? But that kind of goes with the health thing, if it's a heart container or if it's food, that takes priority over weapons. So is it food? Hearts is number 1, number 1 priority. 2, is it better than a dagger? And then let me see, 3 is, can I use this as a better shovel? 4 is this armor? And then 5 would be stuff like rings and hats. But it's not always in that order. Obviously, if it's a certain kind of ring, I might prioritize that over a weapon. But generally, I like getting my shovel first. I also got the spell book. It wasn't expensive. I don't really know how to use it. Or at least I didn't at the time of obtaining it. I also thought about bombing this hidden shop here. But I figured it wasn't that important compared to everything else I saw on the map. For example, here, I'm going to try to get to that box, and I'm going to try to use those little trappy things so I can open up the box or push it to the next level. So you're going to see me here. I'm going to be pushing in the box, 1 beat at a time. And then eventually I'm going to get it to fall in the trap door. So that will be my gift for next floor. I always love it. It's kind of like getting a surprise. And then here I'm going to try to kill as many enemies as I can as I make my way to the next floor, but it's not really urgent. And I also tried to get that gold in the wall right here, but unfortunately could not do it. So then I got my free coins, and that is from the crate that fell. And then here is the shopkeeper with his wares. Nothing really caught my attention there, at least, from this replay. So there was the blast helm. So I have a love-hate relationship with it. I love it because it provides me extra bombs, and it's really helpful because it saves me a couple of moves since I don't have to walk away from the bomb. Things just kind of explode. The thing I don't like about it is that it forces me to think differently as I'm playing. I'm not running away from the bomb, so I'm saving steps, yes, but I wasn't really sure if it's really worth it. So that's why I nearly got the circlet, but then I was like, nah, let me not get it. So here I debated on whether or not I wanted anything from that shop, but I decided I didn't want it. And as you saw, I also equipped the Ring of Pain. I don't know if it's any good, but I think it does extra damage. So yay. But I got it because there's no other ring, but I really do think it was a good MVP in this playthrough. Second to whatever mystery weapon I had. I have no idea. Is it a rapier? Is it I know it's not a hammer, but it attacks at a wide arc. Is it a broadsword? No, because the broadsword wouldn't go 2 steps ahead. So I have no idea what item it was. Now here, I didn't realize I found a potion, the life potion. Until, I went back and I was like, nah, what is this? But, it takes me a while. You're going to see that I'm going to be dancing around it for a while because I was, kind of confused as to what it was. I thought maybe it was a shopkeeper, like a monster shopkeeper, but then I quickly saw the floating potion, the silhouette of it, and I was like, yes! This is going to be a great run. So now, even if I have 1 heart, I know I'm not going to die immediately. But I still wasn't playing super great, and like I needed to really reel myself in, because I really wanted to make it past zone 1 today. So here, I'm going to go towards the shop. I'm going to see what they have. So as I usually say, I go for the cheese. I always go for healing items. I thought about getting the spear, but like the mystery item I have is doing so good so far that I'm like, I'm not going to try to get anything else. And here I decided to try to take my chances with that box. And like I realized I couldn't break it, so I was like, okay, that's a bummer. So then I'm like, okay, plan B is I'm going to take that box and I'm going to try to break it onto this trap right here. So I kind of clear a path for it, push around the box, and then the box does eventually make it to the spike trap. Now, was I doing a bad job with the spirit? Yes. But, you know, eventually I killed it. Now here's the dragon. So my last couple of games I've been dying to dragons, specifically the red dragons. So, like, I was terrified here. But I managed to kill it. I should have gotten the throwing stars, I think, because I would use that more than spells. I'm just really bad at using spells. But, you know, hindsight is 20/20, so. Then we go to the next floor. So here we're doing this guy. I absolutely hate fighting this guy. And I decided to try using the earth spell just to see if it would do anything. I guess it acts like a quick shield because it kind of forces enemies to kind of dig to get to you. But then you also have to dig your way to get to enemies. So I'm like really struggling in this fight. And that's because this guy like just absolutely drives me bonkers. But luckily I kill him and we make it to zone 2. So I hope you guys are proud that I finally made it onto zone 2. It's been a hot minute. I think last time I was able to make it, and maybe my recording got busted or something. But here I am on zone 2, and things are looking good. So, here my character's just dancing around, being awesome. I blow up the shop, or the hidden shop, there's nothing good. I usually don't like glass items. That was an accident when I went back. It's not because I was curious, it's just because I messed up. Now here, I just buy a couple items. I love getting my armors. I like having an extra inventory slot. That means more food, more fun. And what I'm going to do, because I noticed my computer is starting to lag a little bit when it comes to like my talking. So I'm going to turn on my AC. And while I turn on my AC, just feel free to like enjoy the beautiful music and the beautiful dancing by yours truly. If it looks like I'm like struggling to get up, it's because I have a weighted blanket and it's on my lap. But I'm going to be right back. I'm going to turn on my AC. Okay, I'm back. So I was really excited about this war drum. I was really excited about the box that I pushed there. Both great items. I knew I was not going to get to the war drum. I think you can only get to it if you have like the frog boots or something that allows you to jump, or like the levitation shoes. I have neither, so I'm like, okay, well that's kind of lame, but that's okay. So here I'm just plowing through. Unlike the score runners, you're going to find that I just don't care about killing all the enemies. My primary and secondary and tertiary objective is just to survive. That's all I want to do. I just want to live. 550 coins only at zone 2? Not a problem. I am not doing this for the score. I'm doing this to get to the bottom of this freaking dungeon. So I killed a doppelganger there. I was kind of proud of that, not gonna lie. Then I have that skeleton there. You know, give it a couple thwacks. You're gonna probably see me dancing nervously around mushrooms. And that's just because I've had a couple bad experiences with mushrooms. I have a death compilation that I made for April and May and you'll probably see that I died to a mushroom over there. And I hope you guys really do like the death compilations. Like, I'm so torn on this channel whether you guys like seeing these slow playthroughs where you get to see the entire run, or do you prefer it if I do a lot of cuts? So that's why I kind of have like that death compilation, because sometimes people just want the juicy good stuff like, ooh, how did she die today? While other people do like hearing about the process and seeing me grow as a player. So I'm kind of conflicted. You probably also notice I have another series that's called Unpacking, and that one's a lot more heavily edited. That's why those episodes come out way slower than these Crypt and Necrodancer ones. And that's because I go through the video and I like heavily like chop through the audio, just because I'm trying to get rid of the silence. And I kind of like the ASMR experience of hearing all the items being in and out, being put away. So, like, I love that aspect of unpacking. But I'm, like, always so torn, because I'm like, do people want to watch the Let's Play in the background while they're doing stuff? Or do people really pay attention? So I'm, like, always torn between, like, do I heavily edit and just make sure only the speaking parts show? Or, like, is it okay that it's a little bit quiet sometimes? You know, we're in a world where the attention spans of a lot of people are a lot shorter. So, here I found my strength charm. I was very happy about that. With the Ring of Pain, the strength charm, and whatever the heck my weapon is. Like, I was feeling pretty confident at this point that I could make it pretty far. What I would have loved at this point would have been some kind of blood item, so I could gradually heal myself. Because the one thing is that I just constantly get beat up. And it's through not any fault of, like, the game. I'm just not that great. Like, I think even though the nightmare took a whack at me, and usually I'm pretty good at avoiding the nightmare. But today, not on my A game. So here I find the plate armor. And I think the plate armor, if I'm wrong, is like, or if I'm right, is like one of the best armors you could have in a playthrough. I know that the glass one, like the heavy one, is better theoretically, but like, I think it also breaks. The plate armor doesn't break. It provides you like a butt ton of defense, and it doesn't just shatter. So here I'm just trying to figure out how I can kill these guys and like not get a hit. So I'm like just gradually dancing around the mushrooms, and I got my 600, so I just go down to the shop and I get that plate armor. Am I down a bunch of bombs? Yes. But am I a lot safer? Yes. And let me tell you, this plate armor I think was a good MVP for this run. Like, good in the running for MVP, because even though my weapon is great and like is amazing, the fact that I didn't know what the weapon was really made it difficult for me to really know where I can move when I was gonna hit something. But like, look, I'm able to open these items and I'm not like wasting bombs anymore. So like, I was super excited about it. So here I think I'm just trying to dance around and see what items I could use, which items I will keep with me, and I was just kind of rotating those around. It was really helpful that I had my backpack there. But like, in all honesty, I don't really like spells. And it's not through any fault of their own. I'm just very bad at using the tomes or the spells. So now we're at the next fight. And then here, it's with the chest set. So I was like really confident about this one. I knew I was going to have a great fight. I just didn't think it was going to be a flawless victory. So this is my first flawless. I was torn between the red and the purple treasure chest. But I ultimately went with the purple one. And I took the shield because the shield is a lot more useful than the earth tome, I think. I could be wrong, and feel free to correct me in the comments, but I was kind of torn about that. Because the earth tome technically is like 9 shields, because you kind of get a protection around everything. But like, so does the shield, so I don't know. And here I was torn between the Ring and Pain and the Strength Ring. But I kind of kept the Strength Ring. I I don't know. Ring of Pain confuses me. I don't know exactly what it does. I can maybe look it up now, but like I feel like I see my computer heating up. I see like the audio that I'm saying not matching with the video, like I'm lagging. And when I say I'm lagging, I mean my video's lagging and I can see it. So I'd rather not open Google Chrome and use more RAM. So we're just gonna have to deal with it. Maybe I'll look it up after this match. Maybe you guys can just let me know in the comments below about the Ring of Pain. Maybe I made a mistake, but I think they're basically the same thing, except maybe I think the Ring of Pain attacks while you walk, while the Strength one doesn't, but I think they both still give you +1 in Strength. Now here I had to make a hard decision. I love the monocle. I love it so much. For me, in Crypt the Necrodancer, the more information I have, the better off I am. So I was gonna take it. But since I felt like this run is a run that I could have made it all the way to Dead Ringer, I wanted to have the helmet with me, so I could just go bam, bam, bam with the Dead Ringer. So I kept it. Now here, in Zone 3, I just struggle with all the enemies, and like trying to do enemy management in this zone is so difficult. Because you can easily get swarmed here. So like I love using the shopkeeper as a way to kind of funnel the enemies in. Now if you see here, I'm dancing a lot in front of the blood broadsword because I'm thinking I might want to have that. But ultimately I felt like the weapon was working for me, so I was like, you know what, let me like not break what's working. I'm doing pretty well. I'm opening crates. I don't know if my weapon's giving me additional attack. So then I got my winged boots, and they came at a perfect time because now I don't have to worry about the ice. Now here I did stupid moves. Like that was not the game lagging, that was me being a dummy. And I thought for sure that I was gonna use up my life potion. But like luckily I managed to get some food, managed to remember about food, and then like here I just calmed down and I just managed my enemies. Now, would I have used the spell? Should I have used the spell? Definitely. Is it something I still need to work on doing? Yes. And here I forgot about the fact that I need to give that enemy 2 hits. But luckily he didn't hurt me. So there I got the monkey's claw. And that was super handy because I love the monkey's claw. Like at first I didn't know what it was, but now I know that it holds down all the monkeys. Like, that's amazing. So there I saw like enemies being teleported and stuff, and I'm like, okay, that's cool. And I saw a chicken and a heart container. I'm like, this is a great shop. I don't know how these score runners can kill the shopkeeper, because sometimes he has these amazing gems in the shop. But then again, they probably are not as reliant on the RNG of what items they get during the run as I do. Like, I'm super, like, I rely on the shopkeep's amazing items. And it was here in Zone 3, like level 3, that I realized how little do I really understand the Yeti's moving patterns. Because, like, I think 2 Yetis managed to beat me up there. And it's typically because I don't really fight them as much, that I, like, don't really know their patterns as well. Like, I know it's, like, something, when they clap, it's, like, a AoE kind of damage thing. But, like, I haven't mastered that timing yet. So here I finally make it to the barrel. And if you look back at the footage, I can't rewind here. You're gonna find that, like, I wanted to go down there for the longest, but, like, I was struggling with the enemy management, so I kept going up so I can funnel people into the shop. But, like, I've been wanting to go down there for the longest. Now, you're gonna see me here in the conga line. Now, I either do really well at the conga, or I do really bad. And in this case, I messed up really bad, because I stayed at the center, when it's really wiser for me to be in one side, so that way I don't get swarmed by all sides by enemies. But here I am, doing my best. And when they get in double file like that, it kind of like throws me off a little bit. But eventually I killed the monkey, I killed everyone, and it was time to go to the next zone. Now, I'm feeling tentatively, like, excited at this point. I have a good weapon, I have a pretty good build. The only thing I'm really missing here is a good blood weapon, so I can consistently heal. Either that or a nice, like, healing spell would have been nice. I would have loved to have a crown of thorns. Now, I don't know how to defeat these enemies that are, like, in the walls. Like, this one I don't know how to fight. And I don't know how to fight this one. So, like, you're going to see me here trying to figure out how I'm going to fight the red dragon while not being killed. Now, luckily, I do, like, a lot of damage with each hit, so I wasn't too worried about that. But, like, this guy here worried me. I think he took already so much damage from me that I was just terrified. And, like, that spider hit me. I was tempted to take one of these spells. But I was like, nah, let me not, like, get myself in a mini boss battle. These parrying guys, I also struggle with, like, so much. Especially when I'm using items like this where I can attack 2 spaces ahead. Because then the parrying, like, is not done correctly. And, like, I don't understand the whole, like, this tile here. Because I could still attack from it, but I think my attacks are weaker because I'm, like, small. Oh! Those tiles didn't affect me because I was using my levitating boots. I was wondering while I was playing why that was the case. So looking back at the footage, I now understand why I didn't have to worry about those tiles. And that's just because I was levitating. I was wondering why nothing was happening when I was stepping on those tiles. And like here, I'm trying to figure out how I'm going to parry that guy. And there I was like kind of thinking like, huh, this is so weird. I can step on the green tile and nothing bad happens to me. Wow. So there I'm going to get the battle shovel. And spoiler alert, I don't really take advantage of the battle shovel. I got it because I was like, wow, I could do some really crazy stuff with this. Same thing with the Fear Scroll. I was like, if I find some really great stuff in the shop, I can just scare the shopkeeper. I remember reading about it in the comments because you guys are amazing in the comment section. But spoiler alert, I don't really find anything in the shop, so like, I never end up using the scroll. But it wasn't because of lack of trying, because like I did keep the scroll in mind every single time I went into a shop. I just never saw a shop from this point onward that had things that I really wanted that were expensive. So here I eat the drumstick, heal up. I know there's better ways to do it so I can get extra hearts. But like, we're not in the game of like being strategic, we're in the game of survival. So this area here is like really cool because like enemies die like left and right here by their own volition. So I think that was a really great like RNG thing that happened for me. Because enemies were basically taking care of themselves. So I know those traps are probably meant for me, but man, did they benefit me. They did. So here, just going to the next floor. Now, something I didn't mention, but I've mentioned before and I'll mention again. When I have items like the minimap, I always take a chance to find out where's the shop. Now, even if I had the compass, I would always prioritize going to the shop before finding the boss room. And this is no different, you know? So all these items look interesting. I was tempted to take the obsidian torch, but then I don't think I did, or I did. Yes, I did. But I was really torn about it. And then here I didn't know what to do. I tried the pulse to kill it, but like that didn't work. So I ended up taking that damage. I was also tempted to take the ballet shoes because now I was like out of the levitation boot zone. But like little did I know they were still benefiting me with the minimizing tiles. Now I really struggle with these copper knights. It was so hard to figure out how to make them parry. So, if you see me taking damage because of them, it's because, like, I struggled. I'm not gonna lie there. And like, I'm taking these like hits like there's no tomorrow. So I gotta say, I think the armor really was the MVP. Granted, I had a great item too, but like, I was doing a lot of dumb stuff this run. Like, I couldn't even fight this guy properly. And eventually, as you saw, I gave up and I used my first ice spell. Because I was like, nah, bro, I can't do this. So I get my free kill, which is the monkey. I get that guy. I was tempted to take the sunglasses for extra damage. But I was like, nah, let me not do that. So here, I do something cool. I kill the bomb guy, which like damages her greatly, the boss. And I thought it was at this point I was gonna die. There's so many enemies. But like, I managed to eventually have them funnel like separately by going into that other room. But man, I was terrified when I first saw all those enemies. I was like, oh no, I'm gonna die. It's gonna be bad. So I kill a monkey. I was tempted to open that, but like, in the end I didn't. I was mostly not because I didn't want to waste bombs, but because I knew if I would open it, I would like open a can of worms and have to fight more enemies. So here I take like a butt ton of damage from those knights. And I'm like, okay, I hope no more spawn after that. Which luckily there is no more that spawn after that. And I don't have to worry about these guys. And then the black skeletons, they're just dancing. So I'm like, let me kill them while they're just dancing and hanging out. The mole takes his advantage and like hits me. But eventually I kill him and he's out. So here I am in zone 5. Now normally I'm pretty confident about the zone. It's usually not so hard for me. Now something that I struggled with, and I thought it was like automatic. I thought whenever you were on this electric path, you would automatically shock like, you know, things of 3. Not the case with this mystery weapon though. Because I know a lot of my strategy with killing these white skeletons is to stay on that, like, yellow strip. But, like, that did not work out well for me. So I was kind of, like, upset about that. But luckily for me, a lot of the enemies were just, like, hidden there. And they were stuck in these rooms. Because that helped me a lot with enemy management. But, like, honestly, I don't know what was up with the yellow path, because usually I'm able to use it and just shock my enemies. Not this time around, so it was a little strange, admittedly. And then, do I decide to fight those guys? Not really. Like, the little coins are nothing compared to the health that I could be taking because of, like, my misplays. And, like, the zombies take a chunk out of my health. And I know at this point, because I already used my life potion, there's no way I'm going to make it past Dead Ringer today. But I'm like, you know what? Let me not just throw in the towel. Let me try to do my best. Maybe I'll find some food. So I'm like desperately trying to get to the shopkeeper to see if I can find any food that could possibly heal me. I don't find food, but I do find the ring of shielding, which I didn't want to have. But, like, in the end, it ended up saving my butt there. So then I equipped back the Ring of Might. Because I realized here that my ring slot is gone. It's a one-time use only item and I already used it. So then here I just beat up this Medusa who doesn't move. And then I fight that imp. I take more bombs. And I'm just doing my best to survive at this point. I'm trying to kill enemies one at a time. There's a red dragon there. I'm like, oh my god, I'm not going to be able to, like, fight him and all the enemies that are surrounding me. But, like, I managed to do it. How? I don't know. Well, how is because I used my spell book for once and used my shield. But, like, I really thought I was gone there. So here, I'm trying to use this extra room as a way to funnel. And, like, this trap here was amazing. Because this trap, along with these two walls, really allowed me to really funnel people and just manage them. So I wouldn't get hit. And I could fight them one-on-one, you know? So I try to use that. So I try to use the funneling method, but the problem is that I accidentally opened that area, so that I was just locked in. And it was really disappointing. So I'm going to take a screenshot of this so I can share it in the Discord community I'm in, which is, you know, the Brace Yourself game community, and they have a Crypt of the Necrodancer area. So I'm going to just post my screenshot there. I think people are going to be really proud of me, and I hope you guys are really proud of me too. Because I think I did pretty well this run, all things considered. This was really the MVP, followed by this, and then this, and then whatever ring slot I had there, and then all these items. It was amazing. Thank you so much, and I hope you have a wonderful day. Remember that you are loved. Bye!